Holy moly, guys. Heyo, folks. Alright, we're having a little Yap Fest video today. We're going to be running around MDC because we don't have another server to run around on. Even though this server is almost dead, it'll have its own dedicated video soon explaining everything. But we have a lot to talk about. As obviously the server is loading, so give it a minute. But today, I, Kiddo the Door, and my girlfriend, Adri6, among many others, have left, and others being banned from the Parasocial SMP. I have a lot to say on this matter, as I believe that the way of the owner on the Parasocial SMP is completely wrong and completely not justified for their actions. Starting off, going to Exhibit A, talking about Shroomsicle. Shroomsicle is the owner of the Parasocial SMP, the Parasocial SMP being a Minecraft server where you have to stream whenever you are live. It has been what I have been streaming on my main account for the last little bit now, and it's caused me to meet a lot of interesting and new friends among making closer connections with others. But I would like to address something that I believe nobody else will be saying, and I don't think anybody else will be making a video. Speaking of, I would like to announce before I start this is the only thing I'm going to make regarding the Parasocial SMP and my leaving of it. I have began to write a Google Doc that I may post on Twitter, may not. However, at the time being, I plan to only talk and refer to this and then never bring it up again unless stuff is talked about behind the scenes and things are worked out. However, there are certain aspects of this that I do not think can be simply worked out. Alright, now that that's all out of the way, Exhibit A. The owner of the server, Shroomsicle. Shroomsicle, as a server owner, I do not believe is fit to be a server owner. And that comes from me, Kador, who is also not necessarily fit to be a server owner. Hence why MDC has been so inactive. MDC is not going to be a big factor into this video, and I will not tolerate it as a response, as I've publicly and privately announced that MDC is very much dead and very much approaching its final days, so I can start working on a new passion project soon. Shroom does not seem to be a very fit owner. Similar to me in past years, they have a vendetta, I think that's the right word, I hope I used the right word, against certain people. Introducing Applejacks, Fake Morality, Dolly Mouse, B5IB, and Plush, among many others. We'll also be referring to Adri6, however that will be later in the video. Shroom had a disliking to those members, and even me, and even a certain amount. Sorry, I'm struggling. It's really late. And even some other members, as far as I believe I'm aware. I had heard from many people prior, who I will not be name revealing, as I do not believe that is right, that Shroomsicle, the way they would make jokes, the way they would, oh, gooning, Sigma Skivity, how that stuff would, weird them out, annoy them, make them uncomfortable a little bit. And I've agreed to that many times, however, I do need to obviously state, nobody can know that they're making you uncomfortable until you tell them. Shroom, however, just, I don't know how to put it into words. I went into this very unscripted, and it's just a lot of thoughts. I don't believe a server owner should have a biased opinion toward any specific members. Now, obviously, that is rich coming from me, Kiddo the Door, the same man who has banned people simply for not liking them. However, those statements cannot be held against me. They were in the past. I have changed and evolved over those times, and I have worked toward becoming a better owner. Now, admittedly, MDC has been dead for a while, and I'm sure if it was active, maybe there would be a few of those members I would want to ban, maybe there would be certain dramas that I would revert to my old ways to. However, I strongly believe I have overcome things and become a better person. Shroomsicle was one of the people that would like to criticize me based on these situations. They would like to tell me I'm wrong, they would like to tell me that I am biased. However, I've noticed with the launch of Parasocial SMP, Shroom has been biased and has done the same things I have. rage banning members for little to no reason whatsoever. As far as I could understand, what just happened to Fake Morality, Applejacks, and the other members of their group was entirely unjustified. The only person that deserved to be punished in that moment was me due to me breaking a not necessarily server rule, but an event rule. The only person that deserved to be punished in that moment was me. However, multiple other people got banned for little to no reason at all besides Shroom did not like them. Shroom claims that multiple people have claimed that they don't like Applejacks and Fake Morality. Shroom has claimed multiple people state they don't like lore. Shroom has stated multiple people this, multiple people that, despite nobody ever showing complaints, nobody ever making remarks except for Shroom. The only person that seems to have ever been annoyed by the presence of Applejacks and Fake Morality is Shroom. Reason being, they wouldn't agree to Shroom, being biased. They wouldn't agree to Shroom's ways of just killing members. They didn't like the hit system. People that didn't enjoy the rules, which is a completely normal thing, especially when you're offering a presidential role that allows you to change a rule. Of course, there are going to be advocates to change that rule, and if there is a backing behind those people, which it was very clear that there was a backing behind those people, it is clear that that's what the people want, and that's just not what you want. That is a very my dogs just got yelped for some reason. I do not know why. Sorry. This is an unedited yap video. If there is a backing for all that, it clearly shows that multiple people want it, and the only people that do not want it is Shroom. And I must say, I do not think that is right. Shroom stated in a video they recently uploaded to the Shroomcast channel that they get to play the server now that people that they don't like are banned. However, it is simply only Shroomsicle. Shroomsicle is being extremely selfish, especially as a server owner, just banning people they don't like for the sake of their happiness, when half the people that Shroom banned that day was for 1, no reason, and 2, made the server interesting. Shroom's idea of interesting is walking around the server, getting funny clips, and calling it a day. That is not why the server got popular. Shroomsicle, I don't know if you understand this. I don't know if you're watching this. PSMP was sure getting views on the time before Applejacks and Fake Morality joined. However, after their addition to the server, things skyrocketed. People got a lot more invested. People got interested. Epitaph, that caused people to want to invest. The drama, the elections, that causes people to want to invest. That causes people to be interested. Running around saying, "Gooning Skibbity Sigma," does not get people invested. They brought an interesting aspect to the server that you single-handedly did not enjoy. Going into the bias side of things, I have to name drop another person, Marcy Monster, who I personally do not want drama with. Marcy knows how to handle drama, but the way Shroom handled their addition back to the Parasocial SMP twice, I do not believe was right at all. Due to Shroom's voting system that they claim is in place, despite not voting for the banning of any member that got banned today, was not used for the addition of Marcy Monster, who is not a server member, admittedly, yes. However, a member of the server that is a moderator that has the Discord mod is crazy. I want to hurt my no, do not say that, kiddo. That joke does not slide on YouTube. Having somebody that has the authority over everybody else, despite nobody agreeing to it, and you just simply doing it because they're your best friend, that sounds a lot like the biased things I was accused of during the time of MDC. Shroomsicle, if you are going to advocate against things, stick to it. You would always call me biased. You even specifically today in the last month called me, quote, a dick rider because I was on the side of Fake because I thought that his morals were correct and that he was going to cause PSMP to be more interesting and more fun. You did not agree, and therefore to you I was considered a dick rider. However, the second Marcy Monster wants to come back to PSMP and be a mod, that's not dick riding. And that's entirely justified and fair because every member of PSMP agreed to that, for sure. To be honest, I don't really care about these things. I just don't think it's right that you can accuse somebody of being biased towards a specific person, but then proceed to be biased against specific people. Axolotl Games. I love him. He's been a very fun person. He does the same thing Fake does. Threaten people, murder them. But is he in trouble? No, because you find him fun. Which I find him fun too, but I also find Fake fun. It's a matter of Shroom's perspective and Shroom's perspective alone that is dictating a server, and that is why Fake was running for president of the server. But Shroom stopped him. Why was that? Because Shroom realized that people didn't agree with her and didn't want her in power because her morals were wrong. Now, alright. Maybe Fake would bend the rules sometimes. Maybe Fake would be a jerk sometimes. Shroomsicle has been a jerk on much further occasions, much more often than anybody else. And sure, I can definitely admit that since Shroom has not been leaning as much into their character, quote-unquote, persona, Shroom has been slightly nicer. However, Shroom has this issue where they tend to only answer messages for specific people they want to talk to. Now, we're entering Exhibit A. Or Exhibit B. We finished Exhibit A. We're entering Exhibit B, which is about Adri 6 and how Shroom handled her as a member. Shroom did barely acknowledge her as a member, only acknowledging her existence on the actual server if talking to her physically, and even then would tend to cut her off quite frequently, not paying attention to what she had to say. Adri enlisted multiple good ideas and morals into the server, however was completely shot down and ignored by Shroom. Adri was considered the vice president of the PSMP when Shroom was the president. However, that got completely forgot about by Shroom when Shroom sold the presidency to Fake. Adri wanted to do bad things to herself because she didn't feel like she was good enough for Shroom. Because she was ignored or got dry responses despite Shroom clearly being in a VC or clearly being live. Now, admittedly, there are times where Shroom has a life. I've already told Adri that. I've talked to her about that. I have said, not everybody will be free all the time. It is not a natural thing to occur. However, if you're sitting in a VC talking to people and you see a little notification bubble appear, what is your justification for ignoring that? What is your justification for forgetting about your vice president? Oh, but chat, I guess I might be dick riding Adri now because she's my girlfriend. However, I'm sure if I were on the side of Shroom, that would not be the case. Fake and Apple's reference of who shook the jar has proven to be true today. We truly are all just in a stupid little jar in the palm of Shroom's hands. Shroom gets to pick and choose what she wants for the server, which admittedly she is the owner, but if she claims so much that it's up to the server what happens, then why didn't they vote for Fake and Apple to get banned? Probably because there's only like 3 people that actually want that. I have had a great time on the PSMP. I will be the first to admit that. I'm not going to shame Shroom's project like Shroom shames mine. However, I think it's flawed. I think it's flawed in many ways, and I believe that Fake as president, or even Z as president, could have made that better. Shroom didn't agree because Shroom knew she would be imprisoned on the server, which, in my opinion, is rightfully so. Shroom claims it would make the server unfun purely for her, just like how the server is probably not going to be as fun now for multiple people, including viewers. Again, it's all up to Shroom. This was all Shroom's choice. And I chose to leave. I chose to leave the server. I mean, I suspected I was getting banned anyways, but I chose to leave. After seeing multiple of my friends get banned for no reason, my girlfriend want to hurt herself because Shroom wouldn't make her feel good enough. Shroom wouldn't make her feel important, just like she wouldn't make anybody that actually was important feel important. She wouldn't make Fake somebody who brought drama and interest to the server important. She wouldn't make Adri someone who tried to offer multiple ideas important. I believe how Shroom runs the Parasocial SMP is a bit wrong. However, I'll let people decide that in the future. I'll let people decide what they want to do. I'm not going to advocate for anybody to leave the server. I'm not going to go up to people's DMs and say, hey, leave PSMP. I'm not going to go, hey, Shroom's bad. I don't personally like Shroom right now. However, there are multiple projects that me and Shroom have worked on that still need to be finished. So I hope that we can at least set some differences aside to settle that. However, I just don't see the situation as right. That's all I need to say. Because I don't see this as right at all. Me and the people who are no longer on the server have an interesting idea on how we are going to overcome what happened. However, it is still a work in progress. It is still a concept, and it will not be executed until a little later on. MDC, the server I'm on right now, will have its revival eventually. I cannot give a specific time nor date, as I just don't know. Shroomsicle, I believe you need to privately chat with multiple people, especially the people you hurt. Especially Adri, someone who literally wanted to harm themselves because you could not pay attention. Now I get, I understand, you have a life too. But it's not fair that Adri got completely ignored while others got praised. It's not fair that Adri got completely ignored while others were not. It was a matter of picking and choosing who you liked and who you didn't like. That's why Fake got banned today, because you don't like him. If the offer ever comes, maybe I'll join PSMP back. If the offer ever comes, as I did have a good time meeting new people, getting to make new friends, and don't worry, I'm not going to let PSMP be the end of, say, my friendship with Z, my friendship with Lils, my friendship with Techno. Things will continue. I will talk to these people, I will make content with them, I don't care what it is, how it is, I will not just forget about the friends I made. However, I will only ever join back if Shroom apologizes to Adri and if Fake and Jax get added back. Because personally, I don't see it as right. I would also agree that Dolly, Plosh, and B5 should be added back. However, I don't know them that well. I don't really know. Honestly, it was another... all three of them getting banned was literally just another Shroom bias situation. Shroom banned them because she thought, hey, they'll cause issues. Which is a very stupid reason to ban someone. Shroom, I assume you're probably watching this. I don't know if you watched to this point because, I don't know, you have the mind of a goldfish. But if you are, fix your ways. Please. Just because you're happy doesn't mean you're making anybody else happy. And sometimes you have to make sacrifice to actually make good. I realized that with MDC. I realized it the hard way. I realized that just because I enjoyed something doesn't mean the rest of the server enjoyed that. And that is why I hope to redeem myself in the future, just like I hope you decide to redeem yourself. To anybody else watching this video, thank you for watching to this point. I don't see why you would. You probably have no idea what's going on right now. I will still probably be releasing my PSMP election video that I had already recorded all of due to it having an interesting plot and featuring a lot of my still current friends, especially Soid. Soid is in the military and I would like to release any footage of him that I have. That will be it for my video, my little rant. It's like 30 minutes long, so Shroom probably will not watch this. But that is all I have to say. I'm sure there's definitely more I could put together. However, it's long enough. I've yapped enough. Shroom, again, for the final message, if you're watching this, fix your ways. Message Adri. See if she can forgive you for the hurt you've caused her. Message Fake. Try to establish something in the middle. I don't personally want to be off the Parasocial SMP for good. However, I care a lot more about Adri or about friends that aren't gonna belittle me and call me names than I do for this Minecraft server. Kind of heartbreaking that I even have to compare a Minecraft server to real friends and my girlfriend and stuff like this. It's supposed to be a fun place for multiple people, but you're making it a fun place for only you. That is it for me. More content coming soon. My next video will probably be my PSMP video, as that is what I am currently working on. That's all. Bye, folks! Actually, I forgot that I'm not editing this. You have to see me end it. Bye!